Bloomerinos, we are going to take one of the cutest snowman door hangers we have in the shop, and we're going to transform it totally with all of these fun peppermint pieces and use one of the cutest bows we've ever made. Are you ready? We're going to have so much fun. So guess what? Come on in, let's get started. So this is a burlap door hanger, and this one we have on Keleas.com. I love it because it's basic. It's kind of like a canvas. Like, it is ready for us to do whatever we want to do with it. And I like to take some of the embellishments that come on it off and really take it up to the next level. So let's do that. The first thing I'm going to do is just take some of these pieces off. I'm going to try to do that without destroying her. So I'm just going to cut her little scarf off and see what will come off easy and what's going to need a little bit of motivation potentially. Let's see. So I know if it has glue, it might leave like a little mark or leave a little residue when we take it off, but I'm going to pull this part off. And it's got a little bit of glue there, no biggie. Okay, so I've got a nice clean body. Now I'm going to take that piece of pine off the top too that came on it. And while those are cute, I like, you know, I'm going to do my own thing. Oh, another thing you can do is take your wire cutters and just grab it onto it and just yank. It kind of helps you get a better grip. And I can cut this pine off here. So this whole first part is prepping the base, getting it like all fresh. So I'm going to take this off right here. And I hope this is encourages you that whenever you see something that you think is kind of cute, that you can take it and make it your own. You might already have some pieces in your own collection for the holidays that you could do this with. I wish this would come off easier as one piece, but this is not doing it. Let me try to yank on it. You got to make noises. Oh, there you go. All right, there he is. Now, don't worry if you have those little glitter spots. We're going to cover that up, easy peasy, and get this one ready to rock and roll. One of the first things I'm going to do is kind of create a collage of items on here. So I'm going to do this in a peppermint theme. So I have these cute little peppermints that come on a stick. And this one could just sit right here and go right over the center of the body. That'd be perfect. I can leave that bow on or I can take it off depending when I lay this whole collection out. If I like it on there, I'll leave it on. If I don't, we'll take it off because it just can slide on and off, all right? But I know I need to cover that little bit of glue there. Now, we already made a super cute bow, and we have the link for that bow video in the supply list of this project, so you won't miss how to make the bow. But I'm thinking we're going to put the bow down here at the bottom, and we're going to let that all kind of cascade down the bottom of this cute snowman. I love that. So I want to use a little bit of these curly picks, separate these out so I can use these at the top and kind of add my own little touch of candy places. So I'm going to take one of the curly picks off. Now when you cut these, you have to be careful because they want to, you know, unravel. So we're going to leave these two as one piece and leave this one on its own. So what I'm going to do here is take and curl this up into its own little candy and start with that piece down here that I'm worried about it uncurling. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue to hold it in place. And this is glue on my glue stick. I've got my glue pot off to the side. So don't be freaking out. Where's that glue coming from? That's coming from my glue pot. And now I'm going to curve this under and see if we can start to make our own little candy right from there. I'm going to start with the center. And then I'm thinking we're going to make a couple little candies out of one. See how cute? I think that's good. So I'm going to trim it. You're going to need to trim it and then glue it. So I think we'll use a couple of them. So a little bit of glue on here. And y'all know the reason I like to use the electric skillet for the glue is because it's a lot cooler. And I can come in here and touch it pretty quick. Okay, I'm thinking about we put one candy there. Oh, so cute. And then let's just make another little candy to go beside it. And this one I'm going to make a little bigger. We already had the curl started on this pick when we got it. And let's just make it bigger. So isn't that fun? And I could make, if I wanted to cut one of those curly picks up, I could make 6 pieces of candy out of it or more, depending how big you wanted to make them. Okay, I'm going to tuck this under. Woo, careful if it's hot. Let it get cool just a little bit. So now I made 2 pieces of candy, and I'm going to just kind of stack them up like this right on his head, but I don't want to cover his eyeballs, okay? So let's glue those on there. I love that. I love that. Now, If you want to use any of that pine that you pulled off, you could tuck that in or tuck a little in here. That would be cute too. I'm just going to keep it strictly candy this time. Just like that. And we'll put the big one and the little one. I think I'm just going to stack them up. How cute! We added a peppermint right to his hat. Okay, now I want to take my other peppermint and bring it off to the side. And I've got to decide, do I want to keep my bow on there or not? So this is going to be going down here. But I'm going to add these two pieces in beside it because I want to get a little bit of that soft texture. Let's have one curl to the left and one curl to the right, be a little bit bigger. I need to trim it down a little so it doesn't show here. Let's see. What if I did it just like that? How would that look? That would look super cute. Let's let one come up and one go a little bit little. As we would teach design school, this is called triangle placement, and you'll see that in a lot of pre-made pics how they come, because it's very visually pleasing to have things forming a triangle, and that's what we've got going on here. We've got 3 main elements forming a triangle. And if I let that come across his body, see how cute? One can go low, one can go high, and then our bow can go right there in the center. I think that's going to work perfect. So we've got to make this cluster to go on here. So I need to grab my awl, and I will grab that, and then I'm going to show you how we put that in here. Boom! This is my awl. Okay, and if you don't know what an awl is, it's got a pointy end. So the nice thing about that is we're going to be able to attach this directly to this burlap base. It'll be super duper secure. So once you have figured out I have got the perfect placement and I love where I'm putting this, then I am just going to make a couple of holes just right on either side. So just make a couple of marks by doing that, and you know that's where we're going to be tying this in. You may not be able to see that on camera, but I'm about to do it right now, okay? So I'm going to go through my burlap. Now, if you're really crafty, you could definitely make your burlap base, cut it, paint it, do all the things. But for me, we're going to just sell this to you as a kit, and it's easy. You don't have to do anything. You can just get all the supplies delivered to your house. You don't have to hand make that part, but you can still have this fun part of the process. So the only thing you're going to need is you're going to need some cable ties to do the bow, and you'll need the tools like the wire cutter, scissors, and in this case an awl, because I want to make sure this is nice and secure. So I'm going to get that started. Now when we did the bow, and that was on a separate video, we've got the link here for the video so you can go watch it if you need help to make this bow. You can see that the color choices were done on purpose. I've got some black in here for the hat. I've got peppermints because that's my theme, and then I've got white ribbon because the body's white. So the whole combo of that is just perfect. So before we even put our cluster on the base, I want you to run that, take your time and try to get this cable tie going through the hole. It can be a little tricky. We did it on the first try. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Yeah. Let's see how the other side does. You shouldn't brag early because you're not through the other side yet. So you're going to come back through the other side over here, and I'm going to have to watch how I'm pushing it through and just take my time and try to get it right to the center. And be oh so patient. So if it's giving me a little bit of trouble here, so like because it's curling a little. So what can help is just go ahead and run that cable, not the cable tie yet, run it all back through. And then just kind of follow it all back through when you pull it out. That sometimes helps. Spin it also, and that'll get you the batting, kind of a little hole in the batting, okay? Let's see if that works. Come on, baby. All right, I'm coming back through. Woohoo! There it is. It wasn't so bad. It's through. And now the cool part is it's going to be super secure. And it just is going to hold up longer than just gluing it to the burlap. Tying it in, it makes it all one nice piece. Here's your little cluster you made. And then I kind of like that these are tied together and that kind of looks neat. So I'm going to just go ahead and we're going to put it on the base right here where we talked about it going. And watching my curls, it doesn't cover up its face. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and cable tie that in super tight. Okay, so it's going to hold it in place. And then we're going to need a little bit of glue though, because I want to make sure that, like if I wanted to make these and have these at my craft shows, or I want to take this to, you know, a shop that I had a spot in, a vendor market, cut that end piece off. Then I want to make sure they're not going to pull out. And that's a big deal. In this case, we don't want it to pull out, okay? Because we don't want someone to be able to just pull out a piece of our cute little snowman. But I mean, my gosh, this is so adorable. It's so adorable. So in order to make sure that can't happen, I want you to come behind here and we're going to put some glue right on there. That's that same spot we had that glue anyway. So just pop some glue on the back of your Candy and she's going to get glued right there. And that way we're safe with that. And the next little spot I'm going to pop just a little bit of glue is down here kind of under the bow. I'm going to pop a little in there, still using my electric skillet with my glue and my glue on my dowel rod or my bamboo skewer. I'm popping in here under the bow. So that's getting on both those picks and the bow. And the reason I want to do that is so I'm really big on things having good construction. That's how I teach in my design school class. Not only floral design, but anytime you're making anything that you want to sell or give as a gift, you want it to be the best quality you can make it. And where it's going to hold up for future generations and be super cute forever, right? As much as we can make it last. But you guys got to try this cutie. This is so fun to make, so easy. Get a couple of these kits or grab the supplies because this would be great to make with your grandkids, and you could keep one and they could take one home. Okay, Bloomerinos, I hope you loved making this snowman as much as I did, and I can't wait to see what you do with yours. All right, Bloomerinos, I'll see you next time.